Cool. We got the microphone, Hey, there we go. Yeah, okay. Here's a good camera. Greetings from the Shadowlands, people. I recently saw that Liver King had a body cam, his arrest actually released, and I looked at it, and I lost my freaking mind watching it. I have never been more concerned about not doing steroids, which I never do anyway, and also making sure all of my organ meats are properly cooked, because you got to keep those parasites out of your brain, homie. So I was just like, okay, counselor wise, let's do a quick reaction, because this is a lot. This is a lot. This is not really supposed to be a spectacle, and like I'm not trying to like be mean to this guy. I don't even know him. But I am going to be like, we need to have a clear idea of what mental illness and some of the extremes that they can go towards. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to make sure everything's actually working here. I'm just going to try to just do a quick react and see what's going on. Let me just make sure my audio is also good, because I don't want to cut in and out like I did last time.
But what happened is you picked a fight, Joe Rogan, with another man, a real one. Welcome to Texas, Joe Rogan. My name is Liver King.
A series of videos posted by social media influencer Liver King leaves his followers increasingly concerned. But when he arrives in Austin claiming he's there to pick a fight with podcast host and media personality Joe Rogan, police are forced to step in.
Can this video of me being in this container, can it go on social media?
He's not talking.
The following is based on official police records to date, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On June 23, 2025, 47-year-old fitness influencer Brian Liver King Johnson posted this video to Instagram.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liver King. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. I have zero training in jiu-jitsu. You're a black belt. You should dismantle me, but I'm picking a fight with you.
The next day, Brian posted another video revealing that he
probably should give some context here for people who don't know who these two people are. Joe Rogan's the biggest podcaster in the world, used to be a host of Fear Factor, very big presenter in the MMA world, and Liver King is this fitness influencer who his entire thing is like eating raw organ meats. What happens? He said he was a natural bodybuilder, but turns out he was on steroids this entire time. And I think that that's going to be a big thing that screwed up his entire influencer career, but also definitely screwed up his mind, actually being like exposed for that.
Arrived in Austin, Texas, the home of Joe Rogan's podcast studio.
Just pulling up to the capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? What's the capital of Texas? Houston. It's Houston. Guess what?
I don't know what the capital of Texas
Officers
is.
with the Austin Police Department locate Brian at a hotel and move in to arrest him on a misdemeanor warrant, hoping to avoid negative publicity through an altercation with a high-profile influencer. They move through the hotel covertly without their uniforms and speak with him directly. Brian agrees to go with the officers, first taking a moment to say a prayer with his team.
To discern what matters, nothing that doesn't. To discern what matters, to be profitable with time. Bridge the gap, the delta of perfect into God's life. King time, that's walking with the light, that's God's time. That's it. I ask that you protect us, while that's walking your life out.
We're gonna go down this way.
Everything is the truth, nothing is a lie. You should be recording everything, and you should have cam and loading.
That might have been nothing is a lie.
Taking
Not alive. Nothing
a
is
live stream it, and/or make sure that you just post everything you can as soon as you can. Okay, because it's today, and that's the truth.
They escort Brian outside and check him for weapons, but allow him to keep his cell phone.
Set all the way back, handcuffs. Oh, yeah, you just, hold on, let me figure that out real quick. Hold on 1 second. I'm mobile, bro. I can
Dude,
Dude's
okay,
shaking me.
that'll work.
How do you feel with that?
That's fine. Do you guys put handcuffs on people in the back of the car?
Yeah, everyone's got to go in handcuffs.
Inside the car, though? How come?
Departmental policy. Yeah.
Because it seems pretty protected.
Okay. All right. Thanks, that for me, okay?
What day is it? Today's Monday? Monday or Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh my God, it's Tuesday. Oh, I'm supposed to have all my meetings today. Every day is someone else's day, and Tuesday's the day that I transact with the outside world. And I'm just thinking, I hope that somebody on my behalf will share that I'm not transacting now with the outside world today.
Where are you from originally?
Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
Naval base. And my wife is from Poland. I'm telling people now, from now on, I'm from Poland, actually, because we went to every base, you know.
Yeah.
So, where are you really from? You know what? I'm from the friendliest state in the world, the best country in the world. It's called Texas. You know what Texas means, bro?
What does it mean?
Do you know?
No.
It actually is like Spanish. Tejas is Spanish for friendly. Yeah, Texas is pretty friendly. But you know what I love about how friendly it is? We can only be this friendly because we can also be as dangerous as it allows us to be with these laws that make this great place called this place. But I'm trying to tell people, my roots are Poland and
We'll meet
Texas.
you out that side, okay?
Sure.
Brian arrives at the station and is escorted to an interrogation room, where he remains uncertain why he's even here in the first place.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be, what was that? Am I arrested?
You are.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you why?
Yeah, the lead detective will give all that information to you. It's a terroristic threat, is what it's called.
Is it Texas or FBI?
We're with the Austin Police Department, so Texas.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang tight for me, Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
Somebody be in your show.
Okay.
Okay, so this is actually really interesting here because, like, people who genuinely can't stop moving around, that is like a psychotic feature. It's not a big one, but it's like, okay, the yeah, just gross motor movement. If you're constantly moving, it's very, very that's just one of the indicators. Now you could say, well, he's just a fitness influencer who's like keyed up because he had a little too much coffee this morning and he's just getting some energy out, which might also be true. I might be reading into things.
Wow. No, didn't see that one coming, but it came. And it's awesome. I'll take that for $1.
According to police records, Brian posted another video in which he was seen carrying a medieval axe, as well as a black box with a Joe Rogan Experience sticker on the top. Though he was secretive about the box's contents, investigators would later find out what was inside.
A terrorist threat. Wow. I didn't know. Terroristic. They don't have to tell you that you're in the state of Texas. They don't have to tell you. They can just arrest you. I don't know how you get out of this box. How long do you spend in the box? Do they tell you how long you spend in the box?
I don't know why he
Can this
has
a
his
video
vest
of
on.
me being in this container? Can it go on social media?
The detective finally arrives, but his attempt at an introduction is quickly shut down.
I don't know if you have any involvement for law enforcement. I just kind of want to tell you about myself.
If you don't mind, I'm going to skip all that. I don't want to know about you. I just want you want to know about me. And so let's skip everything about you and whatever you want to know about me or the situation. Let's elucidate that as fast as possible.
Okay, absolutely, sir. I respect that.
The detective reads Brian his Miranda rights, then asks if he understands each of them.
There's one that I don't. If I have the right to terminate this interview at any time, what would happen next?
And then you and I are done talking.
And when can I leave?
Yes, sir. You'll be arrested and go down to the jail.
Oh, so I'm not arrested?
You are arrested. That's what I'm saying. when we're done talking,
Okay, I'll terminate this interview.
absolutely.
So I think here's one of the other things for people who just haven't been arrested by the American police. If they're charging you with something and they're having an interview or whatever, it's like, no, we're having this interview first. And once we're done, we're going to either take you to the jail or towards a courthouse where you're going to see him either in front of a judge or if it's extreme enough, a grand jury. And well, at that point, in like the grand jury would have already met and issued a warrant for your arrest. But you'd basically be formally charged. You'd be told, this is what you're being charged with. This is your court date, or we have to take you to jail while we await your court date. So it's like, oh, do I get to leave? It's like, yes, you get to leave this interrogation room and you'll be taken to jail, or you'll be taken to, I think it's arraignment is the word. Now, I'm not a lawyer and I haven't really been in the justice system too much. If I got anything than that wrong, just correct me in the comments.
Cool. Put me in jail. Let's go.
Do you mind? I saw that you have your phone on. You mind if I have that? You're not allowed to have a phone in here per policy.
Oh, I already posted everything that I had in here.
Okay.
Is that okay? Because do I need to undo that?
No, that's fine. But just
so you're asking me the question, if it's a demand, you guys can do whatever you need to do. But you said, do you mind? Yeah, I mind. It's my phone and it's what I have on me right now. So maybe there's a protocol and you should use different language.
Well, I don't want to demand, like, I don't want to be disrespectful or any sort of, like, I'm trying to show you the utmost respect. So I'm just asking. Okay, I'm just asking. You don't think I'm being respectful to you?
Well, think about this. You said, do you mind? Yeah, I mind. So the answer is yes, I mind.
Okay. Can you give me your phone?
I could.
Will you give me your phone, please?
I would like not to do that.
Okay.
He asks for his phone one more time, but Brian once again refuses to hand it over. On that note, the detective leaves the room, and Brian continues the conversation alone.
Post that one also. Posted that one. We'll post the next ones too.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been less than half an hour, by the way.
Well, I'd take you down to the jail is next. Okay, so I could just interview with you and then go to the jail, or I could skip that line and go straight to the jail.
Okay. So here's another thing. I don't remember the exact clinical term. It's when you can't actually keep your thoughts quiet. It's like, okay, if there's a thought in your head, it comes out verbally or in some other ways, like almost like a bodily expression, some sort of bodily movement somatically. But yeah, that can happen, especially in delusions and psychosis, where it's like you're word vomiting things because your brain is just trying to get out as much as possible. So
new experiences, new information, collect more points. We already did it in Poland. Yeah, in Poland, that can happen too. And it did. And so we kind of have a little bit of a reputation, a little bit of experience in jail. And I learned a lot. So I collected more points, adventure, novelty.
So I don't know what he means by points here, but if I was guessing, he's playing out this idea of like, okay, well, this is an experience. Maybe points is how he's viewing novelty in his life, or maybe just like, oh, this is something I can, use for social media later.
The evolutionary hunter, that's what you do. You go out to do adventure, accept the risk. Hopefully it's commensurate with a reward. Hopefully that you can make a calculated risk that geometrically magnifies the reward, but never at the risk of like self, really, unless the reward is worth it.
According to police records, an officer with the Violent Crimes Task Force spoke with Brian's executive protection employee, Justin. When asked about the contents of the black box donning the Joe Rogan podcast sticker, Justin claimed it held 2 custom-made staccato pistols that were meant to be gifts for Joe Rogan.
So to know your high swords, your 4 of them, decision-making matrix. 2-way doors, just go. Fire, fire, aim. 1-way doors, spend some time to aim. Maybe aim, fire, depending on how one-way it is. And then one.
For the love of God, if you are ever in a situation where you're arrested, just don't talk about fire, aim. Even if you like, I use a lot of war language in my in my talks with my clients. Like, oh, it's like fighting against these thoughts or fighting against these beliefs or rebellion. It's like, yeah, don't use that in a freaking police interrogation, especially if you're arrested for terroristic threats. But I mean, clearly this person, the liver, the parasites in the liver might have gotten to his brain. So maybe he's not quite thinking the way.
Anyway, let's go to jail for a little bit. I already done that, but maybe I'll learn something new in the process. We'll collect some more points and do some squats. Not real squats, like the ones that you kind of do, like the pistol variety. The ones that count. Oh, you probably won't get his attention, even. But what happened is you picked a fight, Joe Rogan, with another man. A real one. Maybe a worthy one. Maybe not.
So I think this might have been a thing as well, where it's like maybe I'm going to call him Liver King because I'm not going to remember Brian, but it's like maybe Liver King actually thinks that Joe Rogan was picking a fight with him. Maybe he doesn't realize that he spent this entire time going through like posting this thing online and being like, oh, I want to get into influencer boxing for some godless reason. I think that's actually maybe some context I should share. So 2 years ago, and maybe like 3 years ago, influencer boxing was this thing that blew up like huge. And I know it's like still pretty big in some circles. I think Brand Risk, maybe it was I don't remember who some of the people are who was running the Brand Risk fight a few months ago. But it's like, yeah, the influencer people who are online just doing YouTube videos want to do boxing for some reason. I don't know.
The one that you thought you'd pick a fight with. And so now there's real consequences. And then you'll just make this one stronger in jail. For how long will I be here, do you think? What law did I break?
Okay, by the way, yes, you might be able to get mentally stronger in jail. There's a trope around that. But this is a person, in 2022, this person was found out that he spent like $11,000 in anabolic steroids per month. And one of the things you see with like big jacked influencers in jail is they'll shrink immediately. Vitali, I think, is the one who was in a Filipino jail for a month. And it's like, oh, yeah, as soon as you get off of the steroids and you get off of your, 3,000 grams of protein chicken and broccoli, people just like shrink real quick. It's actually kind of scary and kind of amazing. Yeah, just be aware of that maybe that's not exactly how things will go.
How did I break? Whoa, Joe Rogan, you compromised something big. It's the state of Texas. You allowed this to be happening. You wanted it to happen.
Records state that officers spoke with Joe Rogan himself, who was made aware of the threats by his own security team. Joe Rogan claimed he'd never had any sort of contact with Brian and was unaware of why he would be targeting him. He went on to say that he feels that Brian appears to be, quote, significantly unstable and seems like he needs help.
Yes.
Kind of cool, right? You're arrested by the Violent Crimes Division. You know what's not cool is to be called a terrorist. That's not cool. A terroristic threat. That's not cool when your home is Texas. And then the person that's hoping to put you there is not from Texas. He's not. He's from California, y'all. Yeah, you know what we do from outsiders? It's like Pace Picante style. Get a rope. Not a threat, that's the commercial. And that's in principle, that's what Texans do. We honor that.
But by the way, not actually true. Plenty of people immigrate to Texas. You're fine. Don't do that.
That kind of friendly. Welcome to Texas, Joe Rogan. My name is Liver King. Who do I want to fight? Who am I picking a fight with? Joe Rogan. What week is it? Rogan versus Liver King week. No, actually, that was wrong. The week is the same as the password for the free Wi-Fi. It's you, Joe Rogan, with a thank you mark.
Many of Brian's followers expressed their concerns with his mental state after he posted the following video.
Because I'm here.
Yeah, wait. Let me just take a quick step. I know it was very brief.
As the password, you, Joe Rogan, with a thank you mark.
Many of Brian's followers expressed their concerns with his mental.
Okay, approximately 2 a.m., Brian Johnson posted 3 more videos where he continues to rant without any clear message. He is here all week, Rogan versus Liver King. I'm going to record a lot of videos that I'm not going to record for a long time. Some of the commenters, bro, call emergency. They will help you get a solid sleep. You need it. Brian, you are a whatever. I don't know. Let me just take a quick step back.
With a thank you.
Wait.
His mental.
No, wait. I want to just read the full document. What's going on here? Why isn't this?
Many of Brian's followers.
All right. This is going to be hard to read, but whatever. So the top one, you can't. I know this is page 12 of 20. You can't buy this type of stuff. There are serial numbers, not replicable, not reproducible kind of stuff. Presents like that, Joe Rogan. That's how we do it in Texas. So I assume he's talking about his gun there, or at least guns. Maybe that's a thing. Now that's actually true. You actually don't need serial numbers for homemade guns. That's actually perfectly fine. At least in some things. Now I'm not a lawyer, but you are allowed to do certain things as long as you're not buying, I think, commercially. Yeah. Because that was the thing with 3D printed guns back in the day. It was like, oh, wow, then none of them have serial numbers. Like, yeah, of course they don't. This is just made of plastic. When you have like the little thing at the top. I think that works for rifles. I'm not quite sure if that's true for handguns. I'm not a Second Amendment lawyer. Go find out yourself. Ask Grok, whatever. Yeah, this is nuts. That's what's going on. So apparently he was up all night. That was the other thing. So he's doing all this stuff. It's Monday, 8 o'clock, and then he like just keeps going until 2 in the morning, maybe 3. Yeah.
Express their concerns with
By
it.
the way, manic phases with delusions, maybe with paranoia, maybe with hallucinations. Yeah, lack of sleep and insomnia is a big indicator for things like that.
His mental state after he posted the following video.
Because I'm here all week. I don't know if you heard. Rogan versus Liver King. Period. See.
Hold. Take a look at this guy's eyes. I know it's a little grainy on this one frame, but one is round, the other one's a pinpoint. Look at that. That is intense.
OM. All week, this week.
Yeah,
it started on Monday.
Annihilation.
It's going to go through at least Friday. It may go over the weekend, but no longer than that. I'm going to record a lot of videos this week. And then I'm not going to record any for a long time.
Brian takes out his phone and plays what appears to be a recording of himself, captured just moments ago in the interrogation room. He listens as he waits for officers to collect him.
I shouldn't be laughing, but this is just a funny thing to see. I'm sorry.
What's up, man?
So,
Hello, sir. Turn around.
Turn around?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna place you in handcuffs for right now. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Appreciate you.
Where's your phone at, sir?
In my pocket.
The phone continues to play on the table as they remove the remainder of his property. He's then transported to the local jail.
Would it be funny if I told you I had another phone on me?
Ooh, Brad.
That would be a little funny, you know, because there's.
I don't know why they let him have an entire weighted jacket of pockets and whatever this, I don't know, Molly gear on.
Supposed to take a bunch of stuff from you the first time.
Yeah.
And then they leave a lot of stuff. And then sometimes that happens again. That would be funny, right?
It might be a little funny, yeah. Brian, I don't know all your backstory. Where are you from?
If you don't mind, I'm not going to be as friendly as I normally am.
It's fine. Early up to you.
Yeah.
The following day, Brian posted a $20,000 bond and was released from jail. As a condition of his release, he was ordered to have no contact with the victim or his family and to wear a GPS monitor. The next morning, Brian posted a new video to Instagram, suggesting he still has future plans involving Joe Rogan.
If anybody knows where Seth Rogen's, the other version of him that rhymes with blow, if anyone knows where its family's going to be today, if you could let my team know so that we can stay within 200 yards, not close to them, to stay away from them. Oh, please, actually, I redact that. Don't do anything to their family. If anyone who's around us can alert us that there might be anyone with a last name
Okay, so this one's a little bit more pronounced. You can see the difference in dilation. I don't know if this is just natural to him at this point.
Rogan around, and then I'll happily go the other 200 yards. This thing will help me make certain. You know how good that feels on the ankle? And then we're going to go to the Capitol at 7 p.m. every day. We'll be at the Capitol where they make laws. Rogan versus Liver King. I'm picking a fight.
According to court documents, 47-year-old Brian Liver King Johnson was charged with terroristic threat causing fear of imminent serious bodily injury. His case was dismissed in November of 2025, following the completion of required counseling classes. Get less restricted.
I am not licensed in Texas, but I would have loved to have seen what those counseling classes look like. I would probably recommend intensive outpatient. Really, I would recommend a full blood workup, a full maybe a CT scan.
Content and an unfiltered look at our cases. For extended
Yeah, okay. So first things first, Explore, check out Explore with us. Their Bodycam, their other channels, they're really good. They have some really good true crime stuff with some cool stuff on that. Yeah, man, I am not a medical doctor in the sense of I can't prescribe anything. I can't do recommend really CT scans, but this is a guy who eats raw meat and raw organs, and there are parasites in it, like tiny ones that might go to your brain, might go to your bloodstream, might go to your spinal fluid. And, the entire cooking thing that we developed, I don't know, 1 million years ago, maybe legitimately 1 million years ago, kind of important to keep the diseases and parasites out. Now, you can do this correctly. There are places, especially in Asia, that will irradiate or clean out your raw meats. And it's like, okay, if I trust the food production there, that's fine. And I had chicken sashimi, raw chicken sashimi back 2 years ago. And I'm like, might be time to go back and try that again. But I would only do that in Japan. I would only do that where it's like, okay, here's how they actually clean the parasites and the diseases out and keep things better. Well, definitely much better than US's agricultural and ranching industry. That's for freaking sure. So definitely check out this stuff. I would love to see this guy's blood work. I would love to see a CT scan, not that I can read it, or an MRI or whatever. I would love to get an interpretation because I do think there might be something physiologically wrong with this person after the multiple rounds of steroid treatment, I'm sure, and the entire eating raw meat thing. He's just the rich and famous version of every insane homeless person I've ever seen. This is kind of true. I remember being in South Beach a few years ago. Some person covered in filth and just ranting at the top of her lungs. And I'm like, I kind of get it. Kind of similar vibes here. Bro looks like he spent 26 years in Jumanji. This is why mental health is just as important as physical health. Let me take a quick look. His physical health most likely isn't all that good either because of the steroid use. Yeah. I would bet that my life this guy was using more than steroids. Maybe. His comment was getting at that when you hyper-focus on physical health and gains to the point that you completely neglect your mental health. Neither will be good. I'm not at all saying that it's physical. Yeah, that's fine. We're just rehashing the same thing. Drug psychosis is a scary thing. That's another thing. People like to think that drug psychosis is something like, well, I got high, and as soon as I came down, the psychosis was over. But it's like, no. Sometimes it can trigger a psychosis that lasts weeks or at the extreme, maybe even a month, depending on what's going on. One of the worst things to happen to this world was the birth of influencers. Yeah, maybe. I'm as a person who wants to be, I'm running my private practice, but I'm like, one day I'll be a YouTube star. I'm just not going to be, I hope to be an angry and ethical one. Dude, maybe he ate so much raw meat, he ended up with some parasite that made him insane. Let's see some things. He was on a crazy bender of shrooms and meth, sprinkling years of massive steroid abuse too. He was also on a bunch of research chemical amphetamines. Bro got the worst combination of substances possible. Roids and other real drugs. Legit probably was a prion disease. Maybe. I don't know. Roids and frontal cortex damage. That might be a thing too. Dude blow his nose onto a scarf and then decided to wear it around his neck. Dude loves to hear himself talk. This is also true. It's like, okay, it might be the verbal dumping, but it's like, this person might be so used to being in front of the camera that he can't shut up. Jamie, pull that video up. Yep. He's like the one guy who makes you very uncomfortable when you're trying to fill up your car at the gas station. All right. So this is all kind of rehashing the same thing. Yeah. So what do we got to do with this? What is Steve? How does this actually help me understand how the mind works and what I need to do? A, cook your damn food. That's part one. B, we need to just be aware that this is a thing that can happen. And this is an extreme case, but here's a pretty good example of what a psychotic break or a delusional break can actually be. More importantly, his crew went down there with him. So that entire, like, hey, I'm praying with my crew before I'm arrested here. No one in that crew was like, we need to get you to a hospital. We might even need to Baker Act you because you're taking Baker Act is the Florida thing. 302 is what they call it in Pennsylvania. I don't remember what it's called in New York, but it's the same thing. It's like, okay, you are a danger to yourself and others. We're going to get police involved so they can take you to a psychiatrist to get you to assessed to see if you're a danger to yourself and others. If you are, we get to a psychiatric hold. We try to figure out either a medication regimen or some way to break this psychosis or this pattern before you hurt someone. Basically, it's involuntary psychiatric hospitalization. Now, you can go voluntarily as well, but if this person's refusing, it's like your crew went down with you and they care about you so little that they didn't actually do anything to help you or help Joe Rogan and his family if these terroristic threats are coming in. Oh, it's like, oh, here's a box with 2 staccato pistols in it. It's like, oh, yeah, here's a gift. That's insane. So what a wonderful crew that actually values seeing a person devolve into psychosis and maybe even a violent and irreversibly violent situation for the views rather than actually taking care of your boy. Oy, that's a disgust. Yeah, that's disgusting. That's all. All right. What else? I think that's really it. I think I just want to do a quick reaction. This was kind of nuts. I hope that this Brian guy gets some help. I hope that they can actually take a look at maybe what one of the things, whatever is affecting his brain. Maybe he just needs to get clean and sober. Maybe he just needs a break. But what a trip. Be careful out there. Be very, very careful about what you're putting into your body. And it's like, a lot of people downplay the side effects of these drugs, or it's like, oh, this affects my muscles, not my brain. And it's like, well, what do you think your brain is attached to? What do you think your muscles are attached to? It's one freaking system here. So be aware of what you might be putting into your body and have some good people around you, especially if you're someone who is prone to either delusions or manic episodes or even psychosis. It is good to have a good crew who has your best interest in mind, is taking care of you. Don't have Brian Johnson's crew because they apparently don't care enough about him to actually provide some real help. All right, that's all for now. I just wanted to share this. I hope this was enjoyable and maybe you learned a little bit of something. Much love from the Shadowlands.